everybody? It's Julian from the Draft Lives here. Today I'm going to be breaking down the first college prospect on this channel. This is going to be Alabama QB Ty Simpson. So I'm going to go over a few of his clips here and talk about him and see how he did this season. A few notes ahead of time. This is his first starting season. He did not start any previous season at Alabama. He officially declared for the draft a few days ago as I'm recording this, and he was very productive. The first clip I'm going to show is from the FSU game. So this was his first completion of the game of the season for him, and it was he lost against Florida State, so it wasn't great. It was going to be a quick boot rollout to the right, and he's going to hit his receiver, not in stride, but he saw the defensive back coming, we assume, and that's just a good throw, good spot throw. In college, if your knee is down, even if you're not touched, you are ruled down. There's another clip from early in the game, just to show off that he does have some mobility. He's not like some other Alabama QBs, such as Mac Jones or Tua. He's got enough mobility, enough strength in those legs to get past the line of scrimmage. He really dealt with a bad offensive line, so he needed that this year. That was kind of a must for the Alabama system. Here's an example of not really reading the field too well from Ty Simpson. Obviously, again, we're going to talk about his first start of the season. He's been thrust into a big role, but he did win the camp battle. Here, a little bit of pressure, but he throws that one over the middle. See, that player right in the middle was going to come open. If he's just more patient and doesn't just look at number 5, right over the middle, that's a touchdown. He could get that over the linebackers and defensive line easily. Instead, he throws it into double coverage, risk injury for his receiver, and it's incomplete. This isn't really a bad play, just a tough ask for your young QB in the rain. He has to set his feet and throw it from one hash to the numbers. Not a great decision from the play caller there. I mean, they're obviously running a stick concept and a little bit of divide to the sideline, and that is just a very difficult throw to make for Ty Simpson. That's a wide throw. I don't love the decision, and I can't really fault him for that, because if he doesn't drive the ball, it might flutter and it'll be intercepted. Now, I do want to say something very positive about Ty Simpson's potential in the NFL is his arm talent. He's going to get hit there. He knows it. He throws it very far. That ball lands at about the 20. Look at that release point. He's going to release it there at his own 17 to 19 yard line. That's a 50-yard throw while getting clobbered. Even a little bit more, 55-yard throw. That's good talent. And even if you want to consider that last play a bad play, which it was, he put the ball in harm's way. Even if you want to consider that last play a bad play, see he comes back right here. Good play fake. He's looking at his receivers, but he knows that's going to come open based on the concept, little sales concept to the left side, and Jeremy Bernard comes down with that. Good throw in stride to the sideline. I flipped to another game here. This is against University of Louisiana Monroe. And something else that I like about Ty Simpson is in the quick game, he does have good reads, and he's very decisive. That's a good strike. Again, it doesn't matter the competition that you're playing. Guy's open, hit it, little stick concept. He has the read in mind, and he's a very smart player. He's cerebral. We'll talk about the issues in a bit, but I do want to focus a bit more on his positives, as I do like him as a prospect. There's going to be a screen pass here to his running back. But what Ty Simpson is really good at, he's taking a hit. He's not scared of taking a hit. And look at that. He knows he's going to get hit even below the knee. That's a scary thing to do. And he hits the throw. Obviously, it's an easy throw. It's a screen pass, dump off. But as we saw even earlier in the clip, when he's getting hit, it's fine. He's very decisive. Where he does struggle, though, is under pressure. It's different. You know you're going to take a hit. You're a man about it. But under pressure, his decision-making kind of gets scrambled. And that's where he makes a lot more mistakes and throws a lot of incompletions or balls into, triple coverage or whatnot. Now, do I think Ty Simpson has a future in the NFL? Yes, I do. I think he's very lucky that he's in this QB class where it's a bad QB class. You only have Mendoza and Moore, who had a pretty bad game. So he's kind of lucky about that. I don't think he's some perennial all-time talent, but he's good. He has a very good arm, and in only 1 year starting, he put the world on notice. Yeah, I have him graded as an early third-round prospect right now, around where I had Milroe graded last year, but they're very different players. I trusted Milroe's legs. I trust Ty Simpson's arm. But do I trust his decision-making? Not always. Like I said, under pressure is where a lot of it got wonky. The Indiana game was bad. We can't shy away from that. And the big reason was the same reason Dante Moore had a bad game. The Indiana D-line was putting pressure in your face. They're stunting on the guards. College guards are not as athletic or as strong as they will be in the NFL, so they can't handle stunts. Already in the NFL, you see stunts get home very often. But now we're in a situation where these guards are younger. You can even be 18, 19 years old getting stunts in your face from grown defensive linemen. So I'm not going to judge these guys based on that, but yeah, under pressure, it is where he's going to have to take some time and learn. A little bit more game film here. We have a nice play fake to the running back. He's going to have to move the linebackers with that play fake to get to his primary read, which is the tight end coming over the middle. He does a good job of that, and right over the linebacker's head. There's not much you could complain about there. And you could say there's even some positives with the fact that he's able to make that throw and not just throw it directly to the linebacker. As you can see, number 4 is going to be brought down by the play fake, even bumps the tight end. good throw right over him, not in harm's way, protects the tight end by not leading him too far in front. It's a simple throw, but it's a necessary throw for the NFL prospect. Now, there's always the good, the bad, and the ugly with NFL prospects, and here's some of the ugly. It's a decent pressure, six-man pressure, but why is Ty Simpson running backwards? I get that there's nobody open, but if you're going to do something, you either take the sack or step up in the pocket. I get it. There's pressure in your face. You're a young QB, but there's someone coming open right here, right over the middle of the field. Yeah, if you throw that with a bit of anticipation, it will be complete, but I do not condone running back in the NFL. This might be even worse because I don't think your left tackle is going to be as good as Caden Proctor is at the college level. You might go to a team with a battle line. You could go to a team like the Browns that had zero protection all year, and this would just be instantly beat right here. If you're going to start rolling out that way, we see what's happened with Shedeur this year. Bunch of fumbles, bunch of interceptions, bunch of sacks taken in his limited time playing. So you just can't do that in the NFL. Now, where do I see Ty Simpson going? I don't think he's going to go in the top 10. There was a time where he was QB1 on some boards. I had him as QB3. I did have a first round grade on him in his first 7 games. The last 5 games or so, he really started to decline. Yeah, he played better defenses, but like I said, the decision making was better under pressure in the first few games. Even that Florida State game, which wasn't the best game, better decisions. He would just roll out the pocket if there's pressure rather than throwing it into triple coverage. But I did show you guys that red zone throw where it is a double covered and there's someone coming open over the middle of the field. Now, you can't expect every prospect to be perfect, but what I do see in Ty Simpson is a very good arm and a lot of potential. And he's got good size, decent athleticism, but that's enough to get him by in the NFL. But what's really going to make him stand out across the league is the arm. The arm talent's better than Dante Moore in this class, but Dante Moore is just a little bit more consistent, has better touch on the football, more accuracy downfield, more accuracy under pressure. You can't nitpick the bad games. Do I think Trinidad Chambliss of Ole Miss has overtaken Ty Simpson for QB3? I think he has, just based on the play against better competition with more pressure in his face. I do think he also has a better team surrounding him, though. Alabama really had no run game. Offensive line, it's Caden Proctor, who's really up and down. He's good against bad competition, but really bad against good competition. But he also declared for this draft, so clearly he's good enough. At receiver, like I said, only Jeremy Bernard. Ryan Williams had a bad year, a lot of drops. You're in the SEC, you're Alabama, high expectations. And look at that. With just a bad game against Indiana by the entire team, the only person that gets benched is Ty Simpson. My favorite fits for Ty Simpson in the upcoming NFL draft are the Steelers, the Rams, the Dolphins, and the Cardinals. The one major positive I want to highlight in this video about Ty Simpson, like I said, it is his arm talent. He can hit a lot of the throws. I dare I say he can hit all the throws. Sideline to sideline, deep throws, off balance throws. He's got a lot of good highlights this year. But the biggest negative that I think he needs to work on going to the next level is his decision making under pressure. And I don't want to pretend that his decision making under pressure hasn't been good. Look at this against Wisconsin. Pressure in his face, he steps up, he doesn't like to throw, he's rolling out, and he's not throwing in harm's way. He's willing to get tackled, whether it's for a loss or no gain, rather than throwing it up for grabs. But he did that more and more down the stretch, which was very confusing after watching his first 7 games. I know he has it in him to be a very good QB, and I'm just look at this play. What a strike over the middle of the field! Like that is NFL talent right there, and I'm getting myself more and more excited for the possibility that my Dolphins will draft this guy because he has a fantastic arm, and with the right coaching, the right tools, and the right team around him, he's going to be a star one day in the NFL. For fans that are watching this video and your team needs a QB, I really want to highlight someone that is kind of under the radar now. He's definitely dropped down some boards, even in the NFL. Look at this throw. This is just fantastic. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We're going to look at that again. I'm sure teams in the NFL have dropped him down their boards a little bit, but his throws like this in the red zone, what ball placement. Wow, that's fantastic. It's throws like that make you excited for him, and that it's worth the second round pick because if you could develop him properly, this could be a top 10 QB. The way Ty Simpson plays, the quarterback position reminds me a lot of Jalen Hurts when he first came out of Oklahoma. They're not the same. The dual threat part of them is not the same, but the quarterback part of them I feel like has a lot of similarities. And people might not like that comparison, or they might think it's bad because it's Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a very talented player. He's a very good arm. It's just his mechanics, and he's dealt with some lower body injuries that have thrown off his mechanics in recent years. But we saw Jalen Hurts at his highest wins a Super Bowl. And yeah, you obviously surround him with a great team. But if you surround Ty Simpson with a great team, I'm sure he could reach that ceiling as well, which is a Super Bowl, which is the ultimate goal in the NFL. That's about it. Let me know if there's any other prospects that you want me to break down. I do a lot more breakdowns on my Twitter because it's just easier to do it that way, and I'm going to be posting it on Instagram more and more. So follow me on both. It's all under the same handle as this YouTube channel. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, everybody.